What's happening, Internet fam? It's super late at night. I should be sleeping, but I can't sleep for whatever reason, so I thought I'd read some Internet news headlines for you and then talk about how ridiculous some of them are. Let's see. The first one is, "Sickening horror in Syria is one man's fault," says Hillary Clinton. Now, the fact that this is Hillary Clinton saying this, who's responsible for Benghazi and also the absolute destruction of Libya, where there's now an active and open slave trade, now thanks to Hillary Clinton, thou doth protest a bit much, I think. Also, this is the same Hillary Clinton whose lawyer shot himself in the back of the head twice. So I get shooting yourself in the back of the head once, but twice seems a bit of a stretch. Sorry, Hillary. Encouraging kids to change gender is child abuse, says former transgender. I agree. I don't think that kids should be making any kind of life-altering decisions at all. And I also certainly don't think they should be making any kind of sexually motivated life decisions. They're kids. You know, they should be playing blocks or, playing tag. They shouldn't be deciding what gender they want to be. That's ridiculous, obviously. Tulsi Gabbard says the DNC and media are rigging our election again. Tulsi, thank you for joining us. Did you just get here? Yeah, every election has been rigged since JFK got shot in the face, 100%. And the RNC and the DNC, neither one of them will allow a candidate the populace actually wants. There's no chance. Look what they did to Ron Paul, look what they did to Bernie Sanders. Although, from where I'm sitting, thank God they got rid of Bernie Sanders because, his platform is literally the exact same as Stalin's platform. So, there's that. Now I understand Bernie Sanders is not Stalin, but when the platform is exactly the same, whether Bernie Sanders ends up being the new Stalin or whether somebody comes after him after the sweeping socialist destruction of our republic, definitely not a fan of Bernie's ideology whatsoever. CIA whistleblower attorney linked to Hillary's campaign manager John Podesta. I keep finding myself defending Trump. I'm not a Trump fan. I have always hated Trump. Even when I was a little kid, I saw him on TV and I was like, man, this guy is just a terrible person. But I keep finding myself having to defend Trump because the people who are coming after him are some of the worst people who have ever existed in all of human history. John Podesta certainly tops that list. One of the foulest, most corrupt, most vile, evil criminals who have ever existed. And he's been in high places in power in our government for decades now. And so this alleged CIA whistleblower who's trying to, get Trump in trouble is connected to John Podesta in some way. So, yeah, you're going to have to find something else on Trump because I'm not going to trust anything that's coming from one of John Podesta's friends. Speaking of questionable friends, Bill Gates met Epstein many times after his child sex conviction. So once again, Jeffrey Epstein, at the very root and core of everything that's wrong with our entire civilization. And Bill Gates is a personal friend of his, according to the article. I actually read that article, and Bill Gates met with him many times, even after he was convicted. In fact, most of his meetings were with him after he was convicted. So that just goes to show you what kind of slimy piece of trash Bill Gates is, if you ask me. Rand Paul says, investigate Democrats over Ukraine letter. Yeah, you think? It's very clear that there was definitely criminal behavior by Joe Biden's son, at the very least, and certainly many other high-level politicians, many of them Democrats, were definitely linked to criminal behavior regarding Ukraine. Definitely what we've been doing in Ukraine this entire time is nuts. Once again, we're the bad guys coming in, trying to change the world in some kind of heinous way that doesn't benefit anybody, except for corporate oligarchs who stand to make more money and more profit. And finally, Bernie Sanders calls out Amazon's hometown tax battle and plan to overhaul corporate America. I would love to overhaul corporate America, maybe just get rid of corporations altogether somehow. But Bernie Sanders' socialist platform that is an exact word-for-word verbatim copy of Joseph Stalin's socialist utopia plan is not the way to go. Sorry. Never. Bernie, you're a sellout. You're a shill. The way you folded for Hillary Clinton and sold out an entire generation of new voters is absolutely disgusting. Stop talking. Anyway, those are some of the headlines I saw today that I thought were worth mentioning and unspinning, since the corporate media is only spinning things now. Did I miss any? Oh, yeah. Snopes now has the power to shadow ban conservative Facebook users. Snopes. So we all know Snopes is a CIA media front, and yet they now have the power to shadow ban anybody on Facebook. So there's that. All right. Have a great night, Internet fam.